Hi there, I'm Chris Devine, and this is Six String World. And today's guitar is my made in Mexico Telecaster. I actually took my first lessons on a late 60s Tele in blonde with a maple neck and cream pickguard. Now, I wasn't a good player back then, but I've always had a special place in my heart for Teles. In 1998, I had G&L Guitars make me a custom ASAT special, and it was really nice. It had their MFD pickups, and I had it done in a wonderful blue burst finish, matching headstock, mirrored pickguard, rosewood fingerboard, and it was a very nice guitar, and the first guitar I ever custom ordered from a factory to my specs. Now, I know it wasn't anything crazy like the Fender's custom shop, and it was pretty much ordering from just a list of options, but it was really a very special guitar, and I loved it. I was in a pop kind of band at the time, and I loved the sound of the MFD pickups because they were kind of like a combo of single coils and P90s. Later on, I joined a hard rock band, and I just couldn't get that ASAT to work at it. In fact, I've tried in every musical situation to make that guitar work, and it was just too thin. It would get lost in the mix, especially when you had other guitar players in the band with high gain humbuckers. It just got drowned out in the mix with every situation. So I kind of put that guitar aside and focused more on using guitars with humbuckers. And that worked out fine. I put the G&L away in the closet. And many years later, I ran into my old guitar teacher, and we were telling war stories. And I mentioned my G&L and the problems I had with it being such a great guitar that I couldn't use. Right off the bat, he said the same thing. It was not the right guitar for the sounds I was going for. And it has its own sound. It's not like a Tele. So therein lies, I think, the problem that I created for myself. Eventually, almost 15 years later of purchasing that G&L, I was at Meridian Guitars when they were in Winchester, Massachusetts, and I saw this Tele. The price was right, and I played it, and I liked it so much, I asked if we could do an even trade on it, and that's how I ended up with this. Yes, I traded a USA custom-made G&L for a Mexican Tele. Yeah. Honestly, though, I have used this more since I got it than I used the G&L for over a decade. So it's been a more practical investment for me to own overall. Now, to be clear, I do think G&L makes some really nice guitars. And if you're a player that likes that Fender flavor, but maybe wants a little bit more for the money, G&L is really a good way to go. Actually, it's a great way to go. While the ASAT Special wasn't a good purchase on my part for what I was doing musically, I wouldn't be surprised if I end up with a different G&L at some point in the future. But back to my Tele. Okay, it's had a lot of changes done to it. And I won't go through a play-by-play of why and how, but I will give a rundown for how it currently sits. There was a used pickguard in the pile of parts at Meridian's, and we went with a black. It's pickguard. It's well scratched up. It's relic in the best terms as been played, not aged in a factory, which is really cool. I happen to have Graphtec ratio locking tuners, a Wilkinson vintage style bridge, shallower strap locks on here. Pickups are from GFS, and I have some knobs here that happen to have MBTA tokens installed on the top as well. And the T for the T is facing outwards as this is a Tele. The original bridge was okay. I did do a session with it, and while I was tracking, I noticed some weird resonance. I thought I was getting some oscillation from a plugin, but the bridge was just vibrating away with some strange sympathetic overtones. Now, it kind of worked for that track, but I knew that it could be an issue in the future recordings. So I decided the Wilkinson was a better upgrade. It was just vibrating, resonating. When I was hitting chords and just doing stops, you just hear it just singing away and just with its own little hum. So the Wilkinson was definitely something that cured that ill. Pickups wise, the change to the GFS vintage hot Tele set, I'm not really overwhelmed. These are noise canceling, which is nice, but I think the originals probably had a little bit more flavor. I did happen to have Adam at AF Precision Setups redo the pots, the cap, and the switch. They were kind of dirty and were well worth replacing, and I figured I'd do that before I swap out the pickups. And I get this all sorted out, and basically it would kind of show me really where these pickups really are sitting. And it looks like I'll be doing a pickup swap again in the future. Hopefully I'll be able to find something that I really like that is hum canceling. Maybe a set of stacked Seymour Duncans, or maybe a set of the Hot Rails for Tele. I'm still sorting that out, and I'm weighing all of my options. So if you have any suggestions for pickups for this guitar, please leave them in the comment section below. I will say this is a workhorse instrument. I use this a lot at home for recording, especially when I need a really clean or even a kind of dirtyish, cleanish tones, especially in the same song, as it's really easy to get those sounds right off the bat with this guitar. There's not a lot to mess around with. There's really nothing special about this guitar. It's just a Tele that gets the job done. It's a polyester finish in the body, so it's not going to age nicely like nitro, but I'm fine with that. It is a fun guitar to play. I'm no Brad Paisley. I'm not good at country or chicken picking, but the cool thing about a Tele is that it works, and it works for so many different types of music. If you're Joe Strummer or Chrissie Hynde or Bruce Springsteen, Mike Stern or Danny Gatton, and if you think a Tele really can't bring the thunder, well, the Stairway to Heaven guitar solo is a Tele through a Supro, and not a Les Paul and a Marshall. So if you're a regular player like me, there's plenty of room inside a Tele for your own exploration. I don't know if there's going to be room for more mods on this in the future other than the previously mentioned pickup swap, because the next step would be maybe something like a Bigsby. And I don't know if I really want a Bigsby on this Tele, but who knows? Anyway, that's the Tele that I happen to have and how it sits at the moment. If you've got one you like and could suggest some good pickups for me, please, again, leave them in the comment section below. I'd love to hear from you. If you like this channel, hit subscribe, and the bell icon will let you know when I put up a new video. And if you like this video, click the thumbs up button. And if you want to share this, there's a button for that as well. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon. Take care.